How's it going, guys? Welcome back for those that are returning. For those that are new, welcome to my channel. This is Eddie Star Tarot, and today I utilize my Fridays for Spiritual Fridays. So I will be talking about things in the ascension process as well as just development spiritually, right? I want to help people because there was a time period in my life, you guys, where I had to do a lot of this alone and I had to figure this out, and I bumped my head a lot. And I wish that there were people that had taught about this, or maybe I just didn't find them, right? So I want to be one of those people that help you through it. If maybe you guys are going through a certain part of it, or maybe you need to be reminded about something, right? Today we're going to talk about communication, i.e. angel numbers, spirit animals, pendulum swinging, divination. Maybe it's tarot reads. You are on tarot, so this is communication. Maybe you're a channeler. Maybe you have visions. Maybe you get clairaudient messages, right? Maybe you through music, billboards. It just depends, right? There's many ways of communication, but I'm going to pinpoint a couple of things that I've done and how it's developed, because I feel like it's going to help you guys. And then eventually, I think somewhere around the 20-minute mark, maybe it might be quicker because I'm going to condense it because I've already done a reading for Aries. I'm going to get into oracles, you guys, and you guys, I'll get the portion of where I start the reading. That's going to be Gaia Energy Oracle that I'm working with, and White Light Oracle. So let's get into communication. I feel that this is some of the most valuable information that you can get. First off, you have to understand that the communication exists. When you acknowledge the communication, that's when you empower yourself and you empower the team that is around you. You can call this team whatever you want. Angels, right? You can call them your ancestors, passed over loved ones. Same thing, right? Archangels, you can call it God, you can call it universe, you can call it source, you can call it Gandhi. I don't care whatever you think it is. The thing is that there is a communication that's happening all around you at all times, and it depends on you for you to open up your mind, Sagittarius, to this communication. When I teach people, I teach them how I received communication. Maybe it's not the way that you receive communication, or maybe you need to look at it. I always talk about angel numbers, because angel numbers is how I broke out of the matrix. Truly started to break out of the matrix. Is when my mind went on fire, I feel like. So Sagittarius, maybe you guys same thing is going on for you guys. Maybe you guys picked up angel numbers and then you put them back down, right? I always say that we dabble in it and then we get tired of it because we're not ready to hear the information that it gives us. That's a lot of the times, you guys. You are inclined to do whatever it is that you want to do, but I'm telling you, the information that is given to you by these ministering angels are trying to get you guys through the problems that you're facing today. You guys, and I understand the process, man. It is a process of healing. In order for you to even trust that there's someone around you that's invisible, it's like, dude, how do you get people to understand that? And that is the most difficult part of this process, you guys. Being a spiritual healer and spiritual teacher, the most freaking hard thing to do is to get someone that's new to understand that there are other ways that can help you, right? A spiritual process. But let's get into it. I'm gonna dive a little heavy into angel numbers for you guys, but I often, the way that I started to believe in the angel numbers is because of sacred geometry. And I think I'm going to approach it a little differently how I talk to you guys, Sagittarius. There was doubt. I think that you guys are receiving doubt right now. You guys are in this place of doubt about the communication that you're receiving. And it's because your logical mind is taking over. For me, you guys, when I first got the numbers, I was young. I was really young, right? It took like a 15-year process for me to finally just let go and start picking up those numbers again, right? But even though when I started looking at the numbers and applying the advice, my mind wanted to go logical again. It said, there was a part where I was like, I think my communication started to get stronger. So it went from 333 or 1111, like most of us get primarily. Then I started getting the 9119, right? A palindromic number. Then I started getting 911, and then I would get 911 on like a billboard would do it, and then I would get it on a license plate, and then I was like, damn, I should look up 911, right? And so there was no limit to this until I started to limit it. I was like, well, what if this is like the government kind of trying to control me and shit, right? And like my mind wanted to go there, right? Or maybe it's like, dude, this shit's not real, bro. I'm making this shit up. I'm searching. I'm reaching far for this. Your mind's going to want to go there because you're not prone. It's not something you grew up with, man. If you weren't programmed with it, it's going to be hard to digest it. I say it like this, you guys. The spirit, when I acknowledged that there were guides around me, that there was a divine team that wanted to get Eddie through the ascension process, that's when I empowered them and I empowered myself. They said your sight is limited right now. Your perspective is limited. I need to open your mind right now, Eddie. And they said, this is how. And then they told me, I looked up a number, and then it got me to the point where it said sacred geometry. It says you need to study the topic sacred geometry, and then you're going to understand, because they knew my mind is logical. Maybe sacred geometry is one of the ways that you guys are going to learn this. You have to understand. Look at the process. We get so we get so caught up with being here on Earth. We get caught up of running. We get caught up in the rat race, right? We get caught up in relationships, romance, bromance, whatever it is you're into, right? Sagittarius, I want you to know. Take the second to stop. Look around you. Like what you're really doing right now. For me, I'm talking to a collective in my room, and I'm teaching about spiritual topics. Did I ever think that I was going to do that? No. I do this every day. It's a process, right? What am I getting out of this process right now? Well, I'm learning because I'm teaching you. It's actually advancing my learning. It's feeding the nourishment for you guys as well as feeding the nourishment of me. Right? So there's no limit to what the process is going on around you. Just look at the earth, though. You have a freaking fireball that's rotating. It goes up and it goes back down, right? And then we have a moon that lights the way as well. But because we see it every day, we think it's normal. But imagine someone who isn't from Earth and they see this process. They probably think to themselves, there's literally a fireball that lights the day up. And then there's a moon that keeps the light as well. And it affects the Earth in some way. That to me is a magical process if you really thought about it, right? So also think about it in this aspect. Everything that's made on the earth is made exactly the way it was meant to be made. If you get down to the nitty-gritty of it, think about how the way trees are made, plants, flowers, animals, even the dynamics of earth. Everything is symmetrical. Everything has geometry in it. Everything is mathematics at the end of the day. A lot of the times, us as humans, the architects, scientists, they literally learn from nature. So what does that tell you? God shows himself or herself in nature, in earth, in the way the universe interacts and reacts with itself. With that being said, everything is ran off mathematics, numbers, letters, communication, and there's no limit to that communication. That's how it awoke into my mind, you guys. I realized, wait a minute, everything is numbers at the end of the day. There is who was it the philosopher that I liked? Pythagorean. He's the one who made the Pythagorean theorem, but he also talks about a lot of other stuff. He was a philosopher. This guy was something else. A little weird too, but he was talking about that there is more than mathematics. That math can explain everything. And to me, it just made sense, man. And that's when I started to understand. It's like, wait a minute. These numbers are literally coming from something higher than myself. If it's the government, damn, the government's been helping my ass out. That's what I'm going to be saying today. You know what I'm saying, you guys? So I was getting 111, and I was like, wait, energetic portals opening up for me? Make a wish? Well, every time I see 1111, I'm making a wish, bro. And then I started seeing 911. Then I start seeing 900, then 711, then 9119, 3113. Right? There was no limit to it. And then I realized, damn, man, all of this guidance and advice is helpful to me. I'm gonna show you like this, you guys. Every time someone comes up to me and says, hey, man, I'm seeing angel numbers too. And I'm like, all right, cool. I was like, how are you seeing it? Oh, like I see it on like license plates sometimes. I see it on my phone when I pick up the phone. Every time I pick up the phone, it's like, it's the same number, 333. And then I see 333 and I'm like, have you looked it up? Oh, what do you mean look it up? They mean something. The numbers mean something. Like, what do you mean? Like, yeah, dude, you need to look it up. Like, go on Google and put angel number 333. They're like, what? I was like, yeah, you're receiving it for a reason. It's information that's being received to you. They're like, what do you mean? And I'm like, okay, why do you think you keep looking at the phone at that time? Oh, probably because I've been I programmed myself to do that, or I've been programmed to wake up at 333. Nah, bro, you're being woken up by something else. That's like, it's your intuition telling you because there's a guide around you trying to get your attention to that number. Right now, 1111's on the clock. I also saw 1102 or 1108, which is 208 to me, which is a financial number. You guys are worried about finances. Specifically, Sagittarius, you guys have lost. I know by the numbers that I'm seeing right now, that's how advanced that it can become, the communication. It starts having a mind of its own. I can literally give you a reading off of numbers. I know that you're financially struggling right now. I know that Sagittarius, you've lost, you lost, there's 3 different plans that you had and they all failed. And they're failing right now for a purpose. And I believe when I get into the reading, it's going to tell me that. It's because you guys probably have an attachment. You guys are holding on to something that you don't need right now. That's all. And 1111 is telling me that a portal has been opened up for you guys. So do make a wish. Every time you see an 1111, it means that it's a synapsis, or not a synapsis. It's a portal. It's being an energetic portal where it's a screenshot of what you're thinking about. So I thought to myself, every time I see 1111 at any time, I'm going to be thinking positive shit, and I'm going to be thinking about my manifestation, because I want the one that's looking above, which is to me is God. I want him to know exactly what the hell I want, right? And so maybe that's something that you guys are going to get from this as well. So oftentimes I tell people, you're getting it for a reason. Why not look it up? And then a lot of the times people leave it at that and they won't talk to me anymore. Or they'll just, I planted a seed and it needs to grow. I can't force someone to look it up. But then when someone comes back and they tell me, hey, I've been listening to those numbers and they actually mean something. And I'm like, yes, you're doing good, Sagittarius. You're doing good. Keep going. You're going to understand that every number means something, and that there is no limit to it. Your communication is specific to you and God, or specific to you and your guides. I'm receiving communication. Give me a second, you guys. All right, guys. So I had to look up, because I'm getting a twitch on the left side of my neck. So you guys are possibly receiving what is called spiritual spasms. That is another form of communication. They can physically have your cheek twitch. Maybe it's your eye, your eyebrow, the middle of your eyebrows, the back of your head, your chest. Depends. To me, right now, it hit my left neck. That is my guides poking this part of the neck for me to look it up. So they literally interrupted my reading so I can get this advice to you guys. So see, there's no limit to this. As a reader, I have to accept everything is something to read. Right now I'm looking at my hair, and there's something to be said about my hair. Just looking at it right now, I'm being focused to it. So that's them focusing me too, and I'll get to that message right now. But first, let's talk about the left side of the neck. It means that you guys are receiving. It says, literally said, I looked it up and it said, you're receiving you are seeking out a higher purpose. You're seeking out higher advice to get you guys through a trouble that you're going through. The right side means that you will soon receive guidance. The left side means that you're going to have to wait a little bit before you receive guidance to the trouble that you're having. Now go back to the numerology, Sagittarius. I was saying that you guys are having problems financially. So put 2 and 2 together. I believe that you're not gonna get relief about the financial constraints that you have. You're gonna get answers to those prayers after you guys figure out what you need to do in the interim to get to the place where you get the finances. You're not gonna get the bigger picture because you're being forced right now to learn a lesson. Whatever that lesson is, to me, it's because you're missing something. I was staring at my hair behind my ears, and it's going to play a part in this. To me, I'm tucking my hair behind my ears for a reason. I wanted to get it out of my face. I feel like for you guys right now, you're being asked to take the hair out of your face, and so you have your view is unimpeded. You're able to see things from a clearer perspective. So I feel like that's one of the messages that they're saying. That your vision's blocked right now because you're too concentrated on a certain topic. Go to the Aries reading because it was talking about needing to relax your mind, get out of the problem, and see the higher perspective. So you might catch something from the Aries reading. Getting back to communication though, you guys. The communication will start to advance if you guys listen to it. Maybe you guys aren't a reader. Maybe it's just numbers. Go listen to the numbers though, you guys. I call them spiritual mentoring numbers. They're going to help you through the process. Maybe like myself, right now I can't afford a tutor or a spiritual life coach right now, which I so badly want. I can't afford it yet, but I will. But I have mentors around me. Those angel numbers are mentoring me. And they can mentor you as well. There are other communications. I think that you're getting spiritual spasms. Maybe it's your elbow twitching left and right, your chest. All of it has meanings. Your legs. Also, you guys, these are just two forms. There is, like I said before, you can maybe it's pendulums, just simple yeses or nos, right? No, yes. Maybe you're getting in the dream state. Maybe you're depicting dreams, or you need to depict your dreams. Journal it and then depict it later. Maybe it's spirit animals. Look up your spirit animals, right? If you see an elephant, maybe it's time to look up the elephant, spiritual elephant meaning. And then you're going to realize, oh, wait a minute, the elephant's wise. The elephant's smart, grounded, tough. And there's some things specifically that you needed to know and embody at that time period. It's the animal that's following you at this time period, right? But let's get into your guys' reading. I feel like I hit on everything I needed to hit on. Just make sure if you're receiving guidance, that's the difficulty that you're having right now. You're receiving the numbers and you're not believing in it, or you're not ready to believe in it. That's okay, you guys. There was a time period where I ignored my numbers for a while as well. And I get irritated, right? There's a lot of times I'm like, dude, I don't want to hear this shit right now, right? And then I like 2 days pass and I'm like, all right, I'm ready to hear this shit, right? So be patient with yourself, Sagittarius. All right, let's get into your guys' reading. Spirit, what do we have for Sagittarius? Saggies. Spirit, what do we have for Sagittarius? Please and thank you. We have Moonlight Goddess. Yeah. Repressed emotions, healing, and reflection. Then we have Eternal Love. And then we have Purification with Fire. I will be getting into the White Light Oracle as well. So with the 3 cards on the board. Yeah. Remember I said that you guys are holding on to something? She's holding on to her heart. Which meaning is that she's feeling pain. Sagittarius, you're feeling pain right now. You're feeling exposed as well. When I see that the buttocks as well as the breast, she's exposed, and she's also exposed to the elements. The fire is telling me that it's your Sagittarius. You're probably feeling exposed in this reading, or you're going to feel that way. Or you just feel like this right now. When we are naked, we are not used to feeling like we're naked, right? But I feel like this is happening in the spiritual sense. Maybe the things that you guys had repressed are coming out. Maybe some truths are coming out right now, and it's some truths that are embarrassing. I know for myself, you guys, I'm gonna just let you guys know, man. Going through the alcoholic cycle and drug addict cycle for 15 years, there's some embarrassing shit that I did, bro. There's just some embarrassing things I did. That comes with the territory, though. You have to. There's this part where you're gonna have to release it, right? But you have to. It has to come to the surface. A lot of the times, you guys and I'll tell you this, and a lot of times people don't want to hear this, but Sagittarius, your power is when you let go of the power that you think that you have. And a lot of times we hide secrets and we hold on to it and it becomes poison. It's not meant to stay with us. It's meant to be released and given back to the source. Often when I told my secrets to another person, I let it go. No matter how embarrassing it was. And oftentimes people didn't judge me, especially in these spiritual communities like AA. Spiritual communities don't judge you either, you guys. Find these communities. But right now you feel bare right now. It says bare essentials, the naked truth, and wholeness. Don't deny yourself of this process. I feel like Sagittarius, you guys want to hide away right now. You're hiding away because you don't want to be embarrassed. Because there are people in your external environment that are distracting you, are making you feel. Sometimes, you guys, there are people around you that feed your ego and make you feel good for the moment, but they're hiding things as well. So be careful. I'm getting into your environment too. Feel like how she's feeling her heart. Feel the pain and release it. Let it go. That's why you guys are having financial restraints right now, because you guys aren't acknowledging it. You're not acknowledging your truth. In order for us to be in high vibrations, you guys, you can't hold on to secrets. You can't hold on to pain. This is why people revert to spell work and shit like that. It's like that is the fast way, but maybe this is showing up, you guys. I'm not saying this. I didn't say this to Aries. So Sagittarius, if you're using spell work, it's only going to work for so long until you guys burn it out. And God eventually, because what you're doing is trying to manifest through somebody else, or you're trying to use the easy way out. Oftentimes, people in low vibrations go use those types of things. Maybe, yeah, I feel like you guys are using it. You guys have been using spell work, and I told you at some point I'm gonna be able to figure it out. Yeah, I'm getting that you guys are using candle magic heavily, and it's not working anymore. Your power is being taken from you right now because they need you to do this. You need to admit your truths, stand in your truth. I think maybe it's apologizing. Maybe you need to apologize to your external. Maybe it's your family, your friend groups. You're being exposed right now, unfortunately, Sagittarius. I don't know why sometimes this whoever's showing up on my show, maybe it's you got exposed. You're being exposed, and it's not a good feeling. But it's part of the process, you guys. This is the way that God shows His eternal love for us. But let's get into Moonlight Goddess. It says repressed emotions, healing, and reflection. Yeah, you're reflecting too. Maybe you haven't got exposed. Maybe the truth is in here and is driving you freaking crazy. You guys, when we're guilt-ridden, it sucks. I always equate it back to my journey, you guys, my healing process. When I let go of the bottle and I let go of the drugs, it didn't stop. That's when the pain began, because I've been repressing it for so long. All the stuff that I was guilty about, all the stuff that I felt shame about, it was coming to the forefront. And that's what I'm saying with these two different cards. Purification by fire means that you're being purified by the soul. That's what happened to me. A lot of the times, as alcoholics, we relapse because I don't like the pain that I was going through. I don't like thinking about being abused as a child. I don't like thinking about the shit that I did, the embarrassing stuff, right? Locking myself in my room for 30 days by myself. Like, dude, that shit's like weird. Like, I would only go out to get food, alcohol, and come back. Like, that's a bad frame of mind, right? But I don't want to admit that to a human being because that makes me feel low about myself. But you guys, I had to admit that to someone because I needed help. And at some point I released it and realized, wait a minute, I'm not the only one that's done this in my lifetime, right? And I let it go and I start healing from that. And that's what you guys are being asked to do right now. You guys are a goddess. You are an angel, but you have been hiding yourself. It says eternal love, happiness, harmony, and fulfillment. I'm going to read out of the book and then we'll get into the next deck. It says, happiness, harmony, and fulfillment. Something is resolved soon. A new page is turned as a concern you have dissolves and gives way to a period of sunshine. A time to relax and enjoy life, free of the worry and doubt that have cast a gray shadow over your life for the past few weeks. During the coming month or so, try to spend some time in nature. Allow yourself to reconnect with Gaia's nurturing and healing power. Immerse and surround yourself in her beauty, for she will help you restore your balance, harmonize your energy centers, and replenish your body, mind, and spirit. It may be difficult for you to switch off at first, but after a few days, as your thoughts slow down, you will settle into a new, more relaxed rhythm. Make the most of this opportunity while you can. That's beautiful, you guys. So it's Spirit reassuring you guys, though you guys are going through the experience that you're going through, know that it has a purpose, and know that there is gonna be sunshine that shines after this period of rain or thunder that you're going through. They're telling you that there's gonna be relief as well. So let's get into what, like Oracle. I'm gonna pick a couple cards and then we'll call it a reading. I think I'm gonna just pick one. I'm picking off the top. I'm gonna cut the deck. And pick the top one. Oh, that's awesome. So today, you guys, we have Spirit Bear of 396 hertz. So just with seeing the card, you guys are you're going to start seeing a bear. You guys are also seeing in his face, I see an Indian leaf. So you guys are possibly collecting leaves. That is another way that they communicate with us, with feathers. Maybe you need to look up the meaning of a black feather. Maybe you need to look up the meaning of a black crow feather or a black raven feather. You are seeing ravens and crows. Pigeons, you're seeing pigeons. You're seeing ducks and turtles. But mainly, you have the spirit bear animal around you. The bear animal is courageous. It could be talking about you needing to you guys are in a moment of rest right now, so you're in hibernation mode. But in hibernation mode, you guys were with ourselves. So there is a purpose when we're in hibernation mode. It is to get away from people that aren't serving us anymore. And I feel like there's going to be a problem that's being resolved because you have the spirit animal around you. Maybe you're seeing pictures or a commercial with a bear in it, right? Go look up the spiritual meaning for a bear. But I'm going to get into the book meaning. Also, it's 396 hertz, so it's talking about solfeggio beats, different hertz, like 721 or 396. 396 is specific to your guys' healing right now. 15. Rise up. It says, you are being healed from guilt and fear. That's what it is, you guys. Sagittarius, I could stop the reading right there. I'm not going to, though. I'm going to read this whole meaning. But you guys, that's the reason why I've been talking about fear and guilt. Sagittarius, you guys are going through guilt and fear right now. You're sad and mad about maybe some decisions that you've made. It's okay. You're going to get through it. If I can get through it, I'm not any more special than you are. We are the same, you and I. Right? Maybe I was talking about my recovery for a purpose. Maybe you guys are going through recovery. Maybe you relapse. Maybe you're going through issues right now, real life issues. You guys, one of the most difficult things is when you're by yourself, when you're in your own energy, it sucks because you have to go through that pain. It has a purpose. Remember when I said, probably didn't say this to you, but everything has a consequence to it, whether it be negative or positive. Oftentimes those negative consequences are shown in our face when we get sober, and it's very difficult, you guys. It says, such emotions will no longer steal your personal power and dissuade you from confidence, happiness, and realizing your own worth. No matter how unlikely it may seem. I feel like you guys have been going through this for the last 3 weeks or last 3 months or something like that. You're going to emerge from a spiritual winter into the light and life. The divinely ordained time for your liberation, healing, and emergence is much closer than you realize. Abundant blessings are stirring and shall soon manifest. The frequency of 396 hertz is deeply nurturing and protective. It is the heart frequency of the Universal Mother protecting. You're seeing angel number 101 as well, protecting her young, deflecting negativity and refusing to overly condition the youthful mind. She looks out for them and provides warnings lest they wander too far from their authentic path. But she also encourages the child to learn who they are, to courageously explore their world, and to enjoy their freedom. Yeah, you've been locked away, and it's time to come out of shelter. Irrespective of our personal experience with our biological mother, you guys are having issues with your mother, your biological mom. Your mom is going through the same flaws. Your mom is going through the same flaws that you went through, and she's projecting on you guys. You are a maternal figure. I'm getting Cancer heavily. Maybe you come from an Indian culture as well. You're being everything pains that you. This is generational curse breaking. It's screaming generational curse breaking. You have a karmic mother because she hasn't healed, and she sees too much of herself in you. It pisses her off, and she takes it out on you. See, that is something that you guys are healing. So know that 396 hertz. Listen to that beat, that healing beat, because it's going to hurt. It's going to heal the hurt that you're going through. Maybe your mom brings up the guilt and fear that you guys have committed in the past, and it's actually keeping you perpetuating that cycle. It says, the inner mother loves enables us to develop our own sense of personal value, belonging in home, in connection with the inner divine mother. We feel loved, wanted, and held. We know ourselves well enough to understand what we need and we value. I'm getting that someone's walking literally in their house and their mother. The first thing that they say besides hi is, oh wow, you've gained weight, or what have you been eating? Those types of things. It's like it's like already starting a cycle of getting you wounded again, right? They need to get you wounded in order to start vamping off of you. I'm getting heavily to vampire energy. Maybe you guys have turned into a vampire because of your mother's doing it, and you don't even know that you do it. Sorry, it's not, the reading's not meant to hurt you. It's meant to help you. We recognize that we matter, not more than any other, but enough to feel, you guys, I spot it because I got it. There was a time period in my life where I was vamping off of other people because I was hurting. So I would put them in those types of positions as well, you guys. Hurt people at the end of the day. It goes without saying. It just takes a lot of healing for us to admit that we are the ones causing other people pain. It says, the nurturing frequency heals the heart and softens the walls which keep love out due to the past abandonment and betrayal. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there, you guys. You guys are going through a period where you're healing. You won't... I'm going to let you know this. If you take the easy way out and take the path that you've taken before, you're going to fail. If you take this path that's difficult, maybe it's a path where you have to atone for the sins of the past, right, Sagittarius? All of us have to at some point. And if you don't, it's just going to get stronger and stronger, and the pain's going to get worse and worse. So it's time for you guys, maybe you guys came to the part of the cycle where you're in the interim, where you're back, like I said last Friday. Maybe you have a choice right now. Do I go back to my past life, or do I go on to this new cycle, this spiritual cycle? You guys are teetering on the fence right now. I suggest you, implore you to go on this new journey that Spirit has you on, because finances are not your problem right now. That is your external to get your attention. What's going on is in your heart space. You're being asked to purify your heart. Make atonement for what you've done and move forward. You'll be amazed how easy it is. The moment you apologize to someone else, but you have to come from the perspective that you mean it, right? Why are you apologizing at the end of the day, right? A lot of the times, you guys, it's not for the person you're apologizing to. Apologizing is for yourself. That is the healing, you guys. Oftentimes, I figured out when I was apologizing to people, I was like, wait a minute, this is for me, not for them. This is healing for me. That's a secret that you guys need to know, Sagittarius. That you're being empowered right now. May not feel like it, but you are. I'm gonna let you guys. I'm gonna close out the reading, you guys. I'm trying to think of a title for you guys. I don't know. I'll think of it later. I'm sorry, guys. Make sure to subscribe, you guys. Give me a thumbs up if you like the reading. I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's daily, or I'll catch you next Friday on Spiritual Friday, you guys. I'll talk to you guys later.